Shiwani, right?
Yes, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Shiwani Gupta and I am from Kalka, which is a small city in Panchkula district of Haryana. And I have done my schooling from Panchkula itself. After that, I have done my graduation from DAV College, Punjab University, Chandigarh in BCom field. And after that, I have started preparing for civil services. And talking about my areas of interest, I like to practice the Mandala art and doing transformation in my free time. And this is my first interview for the civil services.
Mandala art, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was the founder of Mandala art?
Sir, exact founder is not known right now, but yes, the origin has been traced to the ancient period only, and it is quite popular in southern India and is found to be originated there.
How did it become your hobby when it is most popular in the south?
Sir, I still remember my first encounter with Mandala. It was during COVID times in 2020 when one of my friend uploaded a picture of Mandala art on her social media handle, and I am an art and craft lover since the childhood. So there it caught my attention, and that's why I developed interest in it.
Okay. So tell me your strengths and weaknesses.
So talking about my strength, I think the biggest strength is the patience and calmness that I have, and this is all due to my hobby of Mandala art. And sir, secondly,
It means that before Mandala art you were not calm.
I was calm, but this challenging journey of UPSC has brought so many emotions flooded with me. So in order to channelize them, the Mandala
So you
art,
became emotional, right?
a little bit, but now I am balanced.
You are balanced. You
Yes.
have now balanced approach.
Yeah, yes, now I am towards the balanced approach.
Can you give me any one situation when you were patient, your example of being patient?
So the biggest example of the patience I can give right now is my UPSC journey. This is my 5th attempt, and I have not done anything else apart from this. So this is the biggest example of the patience that I have.
What were the factors that didn't let you clear in the first 4 attempts?
So I think there are slight mistakes on my part in each stage. Talking about prelims, then I think the biggest hurdle is the mains. I think there is certain lacunas in my answer writing approach. Might be not balanced, but now I have, as I told that I have adopted the balanced approach. So I think this is the result of that that I am here for my interview.
Okay, so tell me something, your views about, you might have heard about the electoral bonds.
Yes, sir.
So what are your take on that? What is your take on that?
So yes, electoral bonds scheme is a very step in right direction towards cleansing the system of electoral funding. But there are certain issues that have been raised by the various parties. The biggest issue is SBI bank, which is the government bank, and that is the whole channelizing the funds. So I think instead of SBI bank, there should be third party or an escrow account can be made under which all the money could be deposited. And so second is that there is an issue of anonymity. So many people are of the apprehensive that it will lead to black money or illegal funding of elections. So I think in order to rectify all this, there needs to be, as I mentioned, that third party account or escrow account shall be made, and in order to tackle the issue of anonymity, I think donation above a particular limit shall be disclosed in the public to deal with the issue. Rest, I think it is a good step with respect to the government.
Can you highlight some of the major things that recently happened with Maldives?
Yes, sir.
And what was the main issue?
Sir, the major issue with respect to the Maldives is the change of the government, which is now taking the pro-Chinese stand, which has created all the truffle. So the first step that Indian government has taken is that instead of channelizing all the tourism potential to Maldives, it has now diverted all the attention towards the unexplored islands of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar. And sir,
Why we haven't explored them earlier, especially Lakshadweep?
sir,
We would have done it before also.
yes. Sir, the major reason why the islands of Lakshadweep remains unexplored is firstly the environmental concerns, because many environmentalists have been apprehensive of the view that development or exploring the potential of the islands would be against the environment.
Don't you think that they are now contradicting each other?
No, sir. Sir, right now what they are promoting is the ecotourism. That is the sustainable development of the islands and not just the economic development. So they are keeping the environment factor also in mind. So that's what they are promoting.
Shiwani, while going through your biodata, came across the word trash formation. That's one of your hobbies. Can you explain what is this trash formation?
Yes, sir. Sir, trash formation is a combination of two words, trash plus formation. So it's like giving a new life to the old things, or I would say putting the waste material to some productive purpose.
Okay, can you give any specific example of recent memory where you have just trash formed it?
Yes, sir. Sir, the recent example I could recall of is with respect to my UPSC journey only. Recently, I made a pen holder from all the discarded pens that I have used during my mains answer writing practice.
Okay, what is 5R principle in waste management?
So 5R principle, first is reduce, reuse, recycle, reform. Sorry sir, I'm not able to.
Which out of 5Rs, which you feel Indians really are following? Because India is not too good ideal example for waste management, but there are some Rs which Indian population follows. Can you give any one R which you feel majority population is?
Sir, as per my opinion, I think the major art that Indian population follows is reuse, because usually we have the habit of collecting the plastic bottles or any bottle and then storing it for the.
We're talking about bottles. There is a PET bottle which is often in use, like we store liquids in PET bottles. Can you expand what is PET? PET. The typical bottles that you drink water are PET bottles. What is this PET? It stands for some chemistry related
Sorry sir, I need to brush up my knowledge.
issues. Okay, there is often a debate between means and ends.
Yes.
At times we say that means should be ethical. At times we say that the end is what matters most. Currently, the Farm 2.0 protests are going on. So, how do you justify? Are their means justified? And what about the end objective you are trying? Are they justified as per your
Sir, with respect to
farm protests currently are underway?
Sir, with respect to the farm protest, I think the means that they are following is not justified. However, the ends, that is the motive that they are protesting is right. That is, they want to increase the farmers' income by legalizing the
So, do you
ends.
support the idea of that it should be extended to all crops MSP? Suppose you are in power, if you had to take a decision, so would you take that bold decision of giving MSP to all crops?
Sir, it is not about bold decision, but I think it is not wise at the current scenario to legalize MSP for all the crops.
So, like currently government offered about 5 crops. So, that's, do you think is the rational bridging course between the demands and the government's stand? Because they were trying to give for 5, but farming unions didn't accept it.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think it is a middle way. Instead of giving MSP on all the crops, giving on few crops is a balanced approach as per the government. And in order to satisfy the farmers, there needs to be intense public debates and discussion upon the issue, so that the other party could be taken into the confidence.
Recently, Uttarakhand experimented with uniform civil code.
Yes.
So, can you just give one positive and one negative from that implementation process?
So one positive about uniform civil code is that it will promote uniformity across the nation, where we are following the one nation principle, whether it is with respect to the taxation wise or product wise. So it will promote uniformity and integrity of the nation. And sir, talking about the drawback, the major drawback is that currently there are various opposition with respect to this, because there are multiple laws, and taking all the parties into confidence is a major lacuna or major issue that we are facing right now.
It gives a sanction to live-in relationships, but there were a lot of controversies regarding that clause as well. What's your take on should living relations be recognized in Indian conservative society, or that should not be the case?
Sir, as per my opinion, as India is promoting is coming out of the conservative approach, and in the form of, like, we have decriminalized section 377 with respect to homosexuality. So I think giving recognition to the live-in relationship is also a step towards change, towards a good change.
Alright. And can you give one specific example of judicial activism and one of judicial overreach or overactivism?
Yes, sir. Sir, one example of judicial activism is with respect to the Honorable Supreme Court banning the firecrackers and promoting Article 21 with respect to right to life and right to clean pollution.
And what about overactivism, where you feel that they entered but didn't get yield results, or implementation was not practical?
Sorry, sir.
You cannot declare, no issues. And one specific reform which you would like to implement if given a chance in any of the fields. Suppose you are in power, you are given one new reform or scheme to introduce, which area would like to take up? Any innovative idea or any specific sector which you feel inclined, that you are invested your 5 years of your life. What exactly is the driving force? What reform or what new reform you would like to see in Indian?
So can I take a few minutes?
You could take few seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds to think. Yes, sir. Sir, one reform that I would like to take is with respect to uniformity only. That is the Uniform Civil Code, which is much awaited at the current movement. So I think this is the major
Which is
reform.
the article under which this Uniform Civil Code is mentioned in Indian Constitution?
Sir, it is Article 44 of the Indian Constitution.
Okay, if you are not selected, what's your plan B, or what's your thoughts? Suppose if you don't make it to after exhausting your all attempts.
Sir, I have the back plan of trying for civil services and the banking exams, as my background is in BCom. So I'll be trying that. But at the current point of time, UPSC is the main goal.
So you are hopeful of what makes you different from other candidates? One, any unique quality or trait which you feel that in today we are interviewed hundreds of candidates, which you feel is unique to you?
So unique to me, I think it is the patience and calmness that I mentioned, and second is the innovation and creativity. That is due to the trash formation as my hobby. So I could apply the innovation and creativity, which others might not be able to apply. And so thirdly, I would like to mention that since I have a background of BCom, so I would be able to apply my commerce knowledge apart from the administrative knowledge in all the fields. So I would be like jack of all trades, maybe the master of none, but I'll definitely be the jack of all trades.
But this means that other trades are not that much capable, right?
No, sir. Other candidates might also be equal.
Trades. We should not take the candidates from the other trades.
No, sir. It is not like that. But I am just answering with respect to my point.
Okay. So, which country have recently enshrined right to abortion in its constitution?
Sorry, sir. I'm not aware of that.
Okay. It's France. Should India also do the same? Is the right to abortion should be given to the woman?
Sir, at the current point of time in India specifically, giving right to abortion may not be feasible in India, because as we all know that India is a patriarchal society where we found the incidence of female feticide. So giving right to abortion directly or legally or enshrining it into the Indian constitution might increase the incidence. So firstly, there needs to be a societal perspective change with respect to the issue.
But it's given to women.
Sir, still, because in India women do not have the rights, be it with respect to the reproductive rights or the abortion rights. So under pressure they might use the right for their against this issue.
Okay. So tell me something about simultaneous elections. Should there be or should we not go with that? And recently, who chaired the committee?
So simultaneous election is like a double-edged sword. Talking about the positives, it would definitely bring down the election expenditure, which is around 60,000 crore if we talk about the 2019 Lok Sabha election. So it will bring down that. And so secondly, it will help the government to focus more upon the policy because due to the application of model code of conduct, there is policy paralysis most of the time. So simultaneous election would solve that issue. But if we look at the other side of the picture, there are various issues in implementing the simultaneous elections. First one is the logistical challenges, be it the physical manpower or the human logistic. So it is a quite difficult challenge. Sir, secondly, there is a issue of the bandwagon effect. That is, the people might vote for the same party and jump on to voting for the same party. So these are the issues. So in order to rectify them, I think elections can be done in multiple phases to overcome the logistical challenges. And yes, sir, I think it is a good step and must be implemented in a phase-wise manner and not completely.
So what is cross voting?
Sir, cross voting is when the candidate or a member vote against his party and vote in favor of the
Candidate. Can candidate vote?
MPs.
Only is for MPs or
MPs, MLAs, a member of parliament or the legislative assembly votes against the issue of the whip
okay.
by the party.
And what is whip?
So whip is a direction given to the members to vote in line with the party.
Is it a post? Is it a person or is it just a statement given to the party members?
So whip is a parliamentary convention.
It's not a person.
No, sir.
It's not a person.
It's not.
Okay, highlight something about, okay, tell me Prime Minister, election of Prime Minister. Is it direct or indirect?
Sir, in India, Prime Minister is indirectly elected.
Is
Indirectly elected.
indirectly elected.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the meaning of first past the post system?
Sir, in first past the post system, there is no need to secure the 50% majority. Any candidate which secures the maximum vote wins the election.
So, do you think that anti-defection law is working properly in India and in which schedule? That is an easy question. Schedule.
Yes, sir. Anti-defection law is mentioned in the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution, added by 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1985. And so there are various lacunas and issues with respect to anti-defection law. First is the bipartisan role by the presiding officer. That is being questioned nowadays. And so second is that there is no time limit prescribed for the speaker to decide the question of disqualification. So these are the two major issues.
Okay. So recently, 4 names of Indian cosmonaut which we are going beyond with knots were announced as Prime Minister. So, what is the any economic or you could say significance of the Gaganyaan mission? Any 2 major significance? Because these things have already been achieved by USA and Russia a long time back, almost 50 years back. So, how do you justify such a mission which involves put someone's life at stake?
Sir, as we all know that in today's time, India is progressing in all the fields, be it economy, be it the international arena. So I think it is the high time that we need the space development of India as well. So Gaganyaan mission is a step towards in that direction to achieve the space diplomacy or to strengthen the space diplomacy.
Just to mention about space diplomacy, can you give specific example of space diplomacy by ISRO or India?
So, the biggest example of space diplomacy or the success of space diplomacy of ISRO is that there is a NISAR mission, which is a collaboration of NASA and ISRO. So, I think that is a quite significant thing for India.
Okay. The current decade is most likely to be remembered as decade of artificial intelligence. So how do you perceive it? Any one positive of AI and one, you could say, a shortcoming or drawback associated with overuse of AI?
So one positive of AI is definitely the efficiency and the innovativeness or the ease of doing business or doing everything that it has brought with it. And sir, talking about the drawback is the major drawback right now can be the biasness, because ultimately it will work on the process by the data whichever is fed into it. So that data might be biased. So that's
Can you give any specific example of AI robot which was in, or model software which was in news recently in last 6 months, which created positive or negative?
AI, sir, Vyomitra, as you mentioned, that it is an example of humanoid.
Okay. And can you just highlight one, you could say, shortcoming of India at global stage? Any one field you feel India needs to do better, because we have set a ambitious goal of being a developed nation by 2047. So one area where we are genuinely lacking.
So I think the major area where India is lacking is with respect to the safety and security, especially of the women. As we have recently read in the news that Spanish woman has been gang raped in Jharkhand. So I think the safety and security of women is the major issue.
In India introduced the women reservation bill and successfully passed special session. So what's your personal take on it? Is it the step in necessary direction, or only reservation is not going to change the overall?
So definitely women reservation bill is a step in right direction, which will bring various positive benefits, but it is not a magic wand that will change everything into a one day or in a few years. Various other reforms need to be taken, like with respect to the attitude and behavioral change among the masses, because there would be very difficult in our society to accept women in the leadership role. So I think that needs to be changed.
Okay, any one social problem from your home state?
One social
No,
problem.
from your home state.
Sir, talking about Haryana, the major social problem is the dowry deaths, which is one of the highest in Haryana. So this is the major issue.
Okay, and you have mentioned about Kho in your DAV. So why is Kho not popular at global level? Why is it still at regional level, and that too only in North India?
Sir, I think the major issue is with respect to the promotion and branding. As we have noticed in case of Lakshadweep, it was not quite popular until the Prime Minister has promoted. So same
you are
goes.
recommending it?
No, sir, there are various other ways of also promoting the sports, like including it in the international games. So I think that recognition is not given to it.
2024 is the year of Olympics. Can you name the venue? Which city will host Olympics?
Right, sorry, sir, I'm not able to take
Okay. So one final question. You could define your name. What is the meaning of your name?
Sir, the meaning of my name is Lourdes Parvati, who is the wife of Shiva. So it is the other name of Lourdes
Shiva.
Parvati. Yes, sir.
And Parvati as a tributary, can you link which river as Parvati or Parvati as its tributary?
Parvati and its tributary.
Parvati is tributary of which river?
Sir, I'm not sure, but if you allow me to take a guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, is it Chambal? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Chambal.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.